It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Friday, the 1st of October. I'm Michael Groff. We have made it. This is why we live here. The next 6 or 7 months, temperatures finally beginning to moderate. The summer heat in the triple digits behind us. And the weather for this weekend coming up, yeah, it'll be warm. But then another opportunity for rain comes in here for the early part of the upcoming week. And then way out into the forecast period, it looks like the coolest temperatures we've had so far this fall season could be coming in here. All right, we'll talk about all of that and a recap of the monsoon and a whole bunch of other stuff too. But first, it's Friday. So that means it's Photo Friday here, where we take a look at some of the photos and or videos that you guys have submitted. And first up this week, the one and only Michelle took a couple of pictures of the sunset, or just before sunset here from Avondale just the other night. Those are gorgeous. And speaking of sunset pictures, that's a theme we've got going this week. Beth sends in a picture from last night's sunset as well. Another perspective on that from the North Valley. Then Beth has a picture from Wednesday morning, and Wednesday was just an absolutely perfect day. Highs in the 80s and just a few of those fluffy cumulus clouds out there. Then Pete sends in a couple of pictures from I-17. It's heading south just out of the Flagstaff area. And you can see the awesome cloud formations there. Then we did have some storms around this week, and Becky managed to get one over there in Mesa. She said she got some hail, some rain, some thunder. And so that's a view from Wednesday night when they had a few showers and storms coming through that area. Then we step out of the region just a little bit. This is from Robert Smith. He describes this as fall colors on the prairie. And that is awesome to see as well. We don't just take pictures from here in Phoenix or Arizona. We accept your pictures from all over the world, and that's why our friends from Australia are back again. Zane from the Brisbane area sends in this shot. It looks a little bit ominous out there, and he even notes here that there was a tornado in southern Australia earlier this week, which is unusual but not unheard of, especially as they are in their spring season there. Then Chris Martin has a picture of some outflow boundary action coming into the Ahwatukee area. A storm briefly tried to kick up down there earlier this week. And last but certainly not least, of course, speaking of storms, it was a great monsoon season for Ryan Seek and his photography of these lightning pictures that we love to see. And this week, no exception. More lightning shots from around the Casa Grande area and Picacho Peak. And so we have a few of those to take a look at here, and these are always awesome. So now that monsoon season is coming to an end, or has come to an end, that doesn't mean Photo Friday ends, and we need you guys to continue to participate as always. Thank you so much to every one of you. We couldn't do it without you. Photo Friday every week. You want to get in on it, you can do so. groffshow@gmail.com is my email address. That is groffshow@gmail.com for Photo Friday. All right, now, as mentioned, we did just wrap up monsoon season 2021. And you may recall back in March, I gave you my predictions regarding how I felt the monsoon season may play out. So here are those predictions. Check it out. I felt we would have 2.59 inches of rain, at least at Sky Harbor Airport. That is the official observation station for Phoenix. And 9 days with measurable rain, 12 thunderstorm days. I felt that our first rainfall of the season would happen on July 3rd, and that our peak wind gust would be 63 miles per hour. Well, this is what actually happened. We had 4.2 inches of rain, 23 days with measurable rain, and that was 1 day shy of the all-time record, 28 thunderstorm days. Our first rain occurred on June 23rd, and the peak wind gust, well, I was pretty close on that one, 63 versus 69 miles per hour. And we'll have our temperature recap probably later this month or next month, once we can officially put to bed the 100-degree days for the season, although I think we really can already do that. All right, now, of course, since it's the first of the month, we have our monthly climate statistics to take a look at as well. So here we go. The month of September featured an average temperature of 89.2 degrees here in Phoenix, and that's exactly where we ought to be. But then your next question is, well, then why does that tie it for the 19th warmest on record if that's average? Well, when we talk about average temperature here in Phoenix, we're using 30-year averages. That's the period now from 1991 through 2020. And over the last several decades, the climate of Phoenix has been steadily warming. And so what we now consider normal is actually quite warm relative to what it used to be here. Also, we picked up 76/100ths of an inch of rain here in the valley, and that was just a little bit above average. All right, now the climate stats from yesterday. 90 degrees the afternoon high, 70 was the morning low. And yes, that's a little bit below where we ought to be for this time of year. As we take a look outside now at 9 a.m., it is a beautiful morning out there, clear sky, and we are sitting at 75 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point at 45, relative humidity 34%. The winds are light, and the barometer is rising. The upper air look shows that system that brought the unsettled weather in here yesterday, that upper low and associated trough, is now moving off to the east. A little bit of cool air advection behind it should keep temperatures below average today before a shortwave ridge builds in behind it, and we'll see a bit of a warming trend take over thereafter. Here's the watch warning map, and folks, there's just not a lot going on across the country, and that's good news. We kind of need a break. Convective outlook for today, there is that little marginal risk of severe storms across parts of New Mexico and West Texas. And the tropics. Now, we still have Sam and Victor on the board. Sam, a major hurricane. Check that out. Winds of 150 miles per hour. Good news is this passes east of Bermuda. This curves harmlessly out into the North Atlantic. This will not affect anyone. It will become post-tropical. And then Victor, it doesn't even look like this will become a hurricane, although if it does, it would just be very brief. It's going to gain latitude as well, and this will impact no one. All right, here's the precipitation outlook. This is valid through next Friday morning for the WPC rain amounts in Phoenix. Yeah, a few hundredths of an inch, maybe a tenth of an inch in a spot or two, a little bit heavier up north and across the rim country. As another system is due in here early next week, we'll talk about that and a potential change in the overall weather pattern in more detail as we get to modeling. Here we go. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Our trough is beginning to move on out of here, a dry west and northwesterly flow behind it. And so down at the surface today, sunny sky, high temperatures, mid to upper 80s. That's a handful of degrees below where we ought to be for the 1st of October. Tonight, clear sky, dry air. Once that sun goes down, it's going to feel great out there. Overnight lows tonight, mostly in the 60s, and I couldn't even rule out the possibility of maybe one of those outlying valley locations, the high deserts, getting into the upper 50s. Now tomorrow, shortwave ridging builds back in here across the southwest. More of a southwesterly flow develops as well, and some high clouds will be coming in here at times. Highs upper 80s and low 90s. Periods of high clouds continue on Sunday with highs low to mid 90s, and pretty much the same deal on Monday. Low to mid 90s with periods of high clouds. We've got an upper low approaching the Southern California coast, and a few showers may start to move into the western part of the state by late in the afternoon or by Monday night. Then on Tuesday, this run of the GFS actually shows a more aggressive low and push of moisture in here for scattered to maybe even numerous showers and thunderstorms. I tend to think that we're going to see more of a widely scattered to scattered light shower and isolated thunderstorm event here. We'll put a 30% chance of rain in the forecast for now. We'll watch those model trends and see if things change. But at this time, it does appear that at least we'll see some increase in clouds, cooler temperatures, and some rain around in parts of the state. So high temperatures backing off into the mid and upper 80s. By Wednesday, that system quickly moves on out of here, and temperatures should warm up a little bit back toward 90 degrees. Same thing on Thursday, highs pretty close to 90 with some high clouds around. Now, here's a week from today. This is Friday, the 8th of October. We've got another trough developing over the western states. And look at that upper low developing over the Pacific Northwest. Very cold system there. And so heights coming down again, high temperatures backing off into the mid and upper 80s if this verifies with some breezy conditions around. Here's Saturday the 9th. That next little lobe in the trough swings around toward the southwest. And if this verifies, yes, again, windy conditions, especially across northern Arizona, temperatures headed down to well below average levels here. We could only be in the low to mid 80s if this is right. And then check it out. This is Sunday, the 10th of October. And that wave moves on out of here and a drier northwesterly flow in its wake. Temperatures a little bit below average. As we take a look at rainfall for the Phoenix area over the next couple of weeks, this is coming off of the GFS ensemble. And, look, the ensemble mean is under 0.2 of an inch. So we're not expecting a whole lot of precipitation out of this next feature. Although there is some spread in the ensemble. We've got a couple of members up there over 0.75 of an inch. But for the most part, I expect just light precipitation opportunities over the next 2 weeks or so. And temperatures off the national blend of models, highs mostly in the upper 80s to mid 90s through the first part of next week. But then look what happens way out there deep in the forecast period. Highs dropping well down into the 80s, overnight lows in the 60s, and that means the cooler pockets here in Phoenix may just get down into the 50s. Yeah, fall has finally arrived here in Phoenix. We are very grateful. All right, that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here on Monday morning. Of course, updates before that if necessary. If you enjoy these videos, and even if you don't, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell so that whenever a brand new video is posted, you'll get the notice. Your comments, questions, and suggestions, they are always encouraged as well. I thank you so very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. You guys be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there. Watch your kids around the swimming pool. Have yourselves a great Friday and a wonderful weekend.